The Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
Just winning. We all in, just winning.
We're going to win the conference. We got to win out. And give it our all so we could be in the race.
We want the win. I see it with my eyes closed. The team in the fight mode. Man, we winning.
Every single game is a must-win game for us. I always love the atmosphere on game day.
We got to win. You can't lose another game.
With that said, you know, they're all must-win.
Just winning. We all in, just winning. We all in.
Well, as you may know, the snowpocalypse is set to hit tomorrow, but tonight we've got an avalanche of athleticism. Conference races tightening up, especially in the SEC, and Andy McDonald has your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Andy.
Hey, thank you, Glenn. When it comes to the SEC title chase this year, there's been a lot of talk about Snyder, about Homestead, about Northrop. However, you can't overlook Carroll. The Chargers, they are your reigning conference champs, and tonight it was a championship type of atmosphere at Charger Fieldhouse. Southside was traveling there at Carroll. It's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Carroll doing it with defense. Chargers #1 in the SEC in defense, giving up just 42 a game. Speaking of first quarter, David Edja taking the rim with authority in transition. Then you'll see Daniel McKeeman knocking down the triple here. Remember these two plays, that's called foreshadowing, kids. Southside, they can certainly score though. Cameron Mitchell from deep for the Archers, dialing it up. The Chargers, they lead 23-14 at the break. Coming out of the half, Ray Volmer with the alley, part of the oop to Edja. Get up, big fella. The senior taking charge. On the very next play, hide your rims. The monster flush. Play of the Week nominee. A 36-22 lead. End of the third now. Austin Jordan for Southside. He beats the buzzer. Southside, they ain't going anywhere. McKeeman, though, has an answer. Another one of those Carroll leaders stepping up in a big way. This one, though, remained tight throughout the fourth. Off the inbound, Demond Talton cuts the lead to just 3, 43-40, but Edja getting his mojo working on this night. He breaks the press, putting on a dunk contest by himself in the Game of the Week. He had 26, Edja and McKeeman. They combined for 44. Carroll wins it 55-42, that final.
We know what it takes, and we know that each day we got to come in, stay engaged, and take it one game at a time if we want a chance to win conference.
How different is this team from that Concordia loss just a few weeks ago?
We've been a lot different. We had to focus on offense a lot and stop. We just have to get good looks on offense, stop forcing shots and stuff like that. So that's paid really well. We've done really well off that. After our third loss, I called Arias and I was talking to him. He helped me out a lot. So I've used that into my advantage, and I've been helping him out after that.
I think it's confidence. I mean, especially for David. I mean, you know, if he can get that, he gets his mojo going a little bit more, a little bit.
Due to snow, next up, Southside plays the Dwenger next Friday. Carroll is at Snyder next Friday night as well. Glenn, back to you.
All right, thank you, Andy. Northrop came into the night alone atop the SEC standings, 4-0 in conference with the Bruins, but Wayne trying to send the Bruins into hibernation. It was a big man battle early on. That's Darius Alexander stepping out for the long J, but Sidney Curry says, I can do it from behind the arc, a three-pointer for the big lefty. More on him in a second. How about Kamani Smith, though? 3 of his 9, Northrop up 2 early on. Later in the first, it's Wayne's Timon Kinney finding himself alone for 3. It was deep, but watch this, folks. This is your play of the night. It's got to be right. Sidney Curry, woo, with the left hand, hide the women and children. Sidney Curry showing off the power. He had 15 points and 11 boards, 69-53. Northrop, your winner. Homestead plays Northrop next Friday. That could go a long way in deciding the SAC champion. Spoiler alert, that'll be your Highlight Zone Game of the Week next Friday. But first, the Spartans hosting Northside. That's Alec Grinsfelder with the layup early on. Then it's Grinsfelder doing it again. Spartans jump out to a 6-0 lead. Ronald Collins III, we know him from the football field. He can hoop as well. That would put the Legends on the board. But, Homestead, just too much tonight. Trent Loomis from your living room, that's 3 of his 13. And then you'll see Zach Kruger doing it with defense. He would lay it in. He had 17. And Homestead wins it 79-34. Concordia has been a pleasant surprise. The Cadets came in just a game out of first in the SAC. Snyder, though, looking to derail Phil Brackman's team. This is going to help. Kamari Anderson drew with the deuce for the Cadets, but Michael Ely knifes his way in. Ely had 13, and Coach Brackman not exactly thrilled with the defense there. He wouldn't like it here either. It's Dylan Duff with 2 of his 23. You're going to see Braden Pearson drive hard inside for a pair, but it's Snyder winning at the cage tonight, 51-45. The last game in the SAC, we're talking Battle of the Bishops on the basketball court. Lures at Dwenger. First quarter, Matt Kachansky with the pilfer and the pair right there. 8-0 Saints out of the gate. Then it's Jared Lee with a tough 2. He had himself a night, 21 points to lead the Saints. 10-zip Dwenger. Then Hayden Smithy, he gets the steal and the slam. A picture-perfect 12-0 start, 12-0 start for the Saints. Norman Kanapke would get the Knights on the board off glass there, but Smithy's going to bury a 3 as the Battle of the Bishops goes to the Saints, 53-38. Well, a week ago today, Heritage beat Woodland by 1. That was in the ACAC tournament semifinals. They were ready for a rematch. Parker Tracy opened down low. He led a balanced Pats offense with 12 points. The Warriors' Joe Reedy, who's a one-man show tonight, he had 17. That would lead Woodland. It was tied at 6. And then Ben Reedy snagging the ball, and then it's Trevor Wiedenholt for the 2. Woodland up by 3 at 13-10, but the Patriots fast forward to the second quarter. It's Walter Kanapke, got the lefty stroke, nails it. Then you're going to see Cameron Mitchell with the Jordan-esque fadeaway as Heritage takes care of Woodland for the second time in 8 days, 56-39. Adams Central led at halftime of the ACAC title game, only to fall to Heritage. The Jets looking to bounce back against Coach Benedict in Bluffton. That's Lucas Vandeweghe with the bucket for the Jets. Then Everett Johnson, he made the Fab 15 on the football field. He gets the bucket for Bluffton. Kevin Brown, has been a thorn in all defenses' side this season. He drains it from way deep for AC. In the fourth, you're going to see Tanner Cooley get the bucket here, and it's Bluffton with a nice win over Adams Central, 54-50 at the Tigers' Den. Down at the Stardome, Jay County looking to keep pace in the ACAC race. The Patriots at South Adams. Landon Grimes scoring the easy bucket right there. Easy for me to say. Then it's Ryan Schlechte. We've seen him on the highlight zone in hoops. We've seen him on the highlight zone in football. He can play, apparently. Gets the lay-in there for Jay County. The second quarter, Aiden Warner, only a freshman, buries the 3, but it's too much. Jay County, Noah Arbuckle there as Jay County wins 51-34. Huge game in the NECC. Westview 5-0 in conference play. Fairfield 4-0 in conference play. Something had to give tonight in Topeka. First quarter, it was the Falcons out strong. Peyton Faldo with the 3, 5-zip Falcons, and then it's Nolan Sherrick with a 3 of his own. Fairfield jumps out to an 8-zip lead, but Westview not to be outdone. That was not Rob Yoder's happy face. He would like this, though. Charlie Yoder with 3 of his 27. Then it's the White Mamba, Elijah Hales inside. He had 14. Westview comes back to win this one 64-40 to stay unbeaten in conference. Central Noble came in just a game behind Westview for first place in the NECC. The Cougars hosting each side. First quarter, this one all Central Noble early. Ridley Zolman with the jump through step back jumper. Then in transition, the freshman Connor Asigan, he had 21 points. How about Zolman? He had 14 of his own. Central Noble jumps out to an 11-zip lead. Eastside, they would get on the board here. A little baseball pass to Alex Yoder. He had the and one, but simply too much Central Noble tonight. You're going to see Zolman again with the fancy footwork as Central Noble wins 58-30 over the Blazers. Angola coming off a nice 23-point win over DeKalb on Tuesday night. The Hornets all abuzz at Busco. First quarter action, Gage Kelly, another one of those football standouts that can play hoops. He drains the jumper. Busco out to an early lead. Then it's Brayton Bonar with the basket right there. 4-0 Busco out of the gate. Mason Garland working it for Coach Paul's team off the good feed from Bonar. He drills it. 6-0 Busco out of the gate, but Angola, now they can play too. Luke Honer down low for a deuce as Angola wins this one by a final of 49-35. Well, we're going to take a quick timeout, but in a couple of minutes, the girls take center stage here on The Zone. A handful of conference titles could be decided tonight in the SAC. 4A number 2 Homestead looking to make it 4 straight league championships. In the Northeast 8, 3A number 6 Belmont trying to clinch at least a share of that conference title. And in the NECC, 2A number 1 Central Noble looking for a piece of the crown. We'll see if it all happened next in The Zone.
The boys are done. The ladies are next.
Welcome back. You're watching the Highlight Zone.
Yeah!
Pardon the interruption, but this boys are here for another conference title, so don't scream and fight. Highlight Zone is back tonight.
Well, they've had plenty to cheer about because since joining the SAC, Homestead came into the night a perfect 34-0 in the regular season. Yet conference games, going 35-0, hey, that would clinch another conference championship. Rod Barker's team looking to lock up their 4th straight SAC title. The Spartans needing a win over Northside on senior night to do that. We picked this one up in the 3rd quarter, and, well, you know, Ayanna Patterson's never won an SAC title. That's you know, because she's a freshman, though. 41-6, Homestead leading. How about Haley Swing? Going to play her college basketball up at Grand Valley State in Michigan. She gets the steal and the lay-in. It's a 43-6 lead. Northside trying to chip away. Samaya Chambers for 3, but Sydney Graber, one of those talented Homestead players, verbally committed to Central Michigan. She gets the steal and the deuce as Homestead wins another SAC title, 78-16 your final.
It's honestly amazing. It just shows like Homestead culture and what we do. We expect to win, and to be able to win 4 SAC championships while I've been here, it's truly awesome.
You know, I'm excited for them, and that is neat. They've won 4, consecutive SAC titles. But the big thing, we preach and they understand is we come out and work hard every day, take every game as the most important one, and they've been fortunate enough to show up and compete hard in each of the games the last 4 years.
4 for 4, not bad. Homestead faces Heritage Christian on Monday and is at Northrop next Friday. Southside played Homestead tough twice over the past few weeks. The Archers looking to continue that trend against Carroll. Audrey Freeland, she's having a solid season. She gets the bucket. She had 18 points. That would lead Carroll, the Chargers, and Mark Redding up 23-10 in the second. How about Malia Williams? She had 11, and it's an 18-point lead at 28-10 Neon Nation, folks. How about in the fourth? Darian Hackbarth. She led Southside with 18 points. That would cut it to 6, but Emily Parrott flying high. She had 14 as Carroll wins it 65-51 over South. At Concordia, final home game for this young lady right here, the all-time leading scorer in Concordia history, Carissa Garcia. They were hosting Snyder. 3rd quarter, Garcia kicks it to Meg Barkley for 3, and according to this guy, that's finger licking good. You got Snyder in control. Alicia Davis with the pilfer and the Eurostep pair. She had 14. Later, the kick to Peyton Gorman. Gorman had 12 as Snyder goes into Concordia and wins it 51-39. Final stop in the SAC, Northrop and Wayne. The Bruins heating up at the right time. They came in winning 4 of their last 5. 3rd quarter action, Tiana White with 2 of her 14. The Bruins leading this one 44-13. How about Wayne's Jasmine Mims? She would lead the Generals with 8, but Northrop simply too much. You're going to see Jasia Scott with the steal and the deuce. She had 13 points as the Bruins win this one by 40, 68-28. With Tuesday's win over Norwell, Belmont in sole possession of the NE8 standings, sole possession of first place, I should say. A win tonight at Huntington North, and they would clinch at least a share of the conference title. Madeline Robrock trying to make sure that didn't happen. She had 17 points. That would lead the Vikings, but Emma Keene coming up here with the stick back for the Squaws. Belmont up by 2 in the first, and now it's Megan Busick. She had 15. Grace Hunter, the senior, with 28. As Belmont wins 58-36, they clinch at least a share of the NE8 title. Well, Norwell, a must-win game to keep their conference title hopes alive. The Knights hosting Norwell, and Eric Thornton's team had it going on. Started the third, Aubrey Dunnick with the bucket down low off the left hand, 41-14, Knights in the lead. How about Kaylee Felling here? She gets the layup ahead of the pack. Norwell in control. Lauren Bales with the bucket for the Knights as Norwell wins by 40. Just like Belmont won by 40, 63-23 to keep those conference title hopes alive. NECC Central Noble won the NECC tournament title last Saturday. A win against Eastside tonight, and the Cougars would clinch at least a share of the conference's regular season championship. First quarter, Sam Brumball trying to make it happen. Eastside thinking upset, though. Natea Byerly with a long two. She had 9. Then it's Sullivan Kessler on the backdoor cut. She had 9 as well. The Cougars maintaining the lead, though, going to the half. Sydney Freeman with the 3. Central Noble up by 7 at the break. Third quarter. Oh, the Cougars start to flex their star power. Malia Leatherman, the future St. Francis Cougar, with 2 of her 11. And then Freeman going to play at Ball State. She had 21 as the Cougars wrap up a share, at least, of the NECC title, 50-32.
That's been our goal all season, was to get that, because we haven't gotten it these past couple years. So we just have to keep playing hard and just playing good defense and getting each other the ball.
For this senior class, this is the only thing they haven't won. So next Friday will be awesome if we can definitely do that, and even better, it's at our place.
Yeah, as Coach alluded to, Central Noble can finish undefeated in the regular season when they host Busco next Friday night. Angola finishing a runner-up at the NECC tournament. The Hornets just a game behind Central Noble coming into the night in that conference race. The Hornets at Busco, that's Jada Fee with the bucket, in Angola at that point doubling up Busco, 26-13. Busco working it here off glass. That was Abby Irwin with the 2 to cut into the Hornets' lead. Jana Fee, though, you saw her inside. How about outside? Nails the 3. It's 31-15 Hornets. Maya Bear, little turnaround there for Busco. You'll see Sarah Duvendak, who's been pretty impressive all season long for the Hornets. She gets the deuce. Angola wins it 50-34. Final stop for high school hoops tonight. We're back in Topeka, where Fairfield trying to snap an 8-game losing streak against a good Westview team. It's Jensen Reynolds for Westview, and that would give the Warriors a lead at 23-21. Riley Miller, though, for Fairfield, stepping out and lead back to Fairfield at 24-23. Fast forward now to the fourth quarter. Chloe Dell down the court, stopping, popping, hitting. We're all tied at 26, but down the stretch, watch this. Asha Klopfenstein just rips it away from the defense and scores as Westview wins 42-32. We got Mad Ants, we got comments, your Highlight Zone play of the week, and more after the break.
Providing you with local sports coverage you can count on. We're the Westview Warriors, and you're watching the Highlight Zone. Yeah!
Oh, gotta love the folks up in Topeka, but you know what? You gotta love Sydney Curry, perhaps even more. With all due respect to the slams David Edja had tonight, Sydney Curry showing he is a man. The huge left-handed jam. He had 15 and 11. Sydney Curry with your play of the week as the Bruins beat Wayne. Man, that is impressive.
Off the screen.
Hey, Mad Ants basketball looking for their 4th win in a row were the Ants. They were at Grand Rapids tonight. We pick it up in the second quarter. That's Amari Johnson with the follow slam. Later, Edmund Sumner with 3 of his 33. That would lead the Ants, but it wouldn't be enough. 123-105, the Ants fall tomorrow. Ants back home against Lakeland. That game is still on, folks. So if you're looking for something tomorrow, 7 o'clock at the Coliseum. From hoops to hockey, Comets trying to shake off a 10-8 loss Wednesday night to Kalamazoo. Case hosting the Indy Fuel. Second period, it was scoreless until J.C. Campagna scored his 18th of the season. But this one would go to overtime, and unfortunately the Comets fall to the Indy Fuel 3-2. Case are off tomorrow at Toledo on Sunday. Volleyball court, Mastodons undefeated so far this year, 4-0, ranked 13th in the country. They were hosting Cal State Northridge tonight. They came in 12th, and well, that may be why. Daniel Wetter spiking it. It was in the second set, 12-10 though, PFW in the lead. Michael Keegan rams one home here, but the Dons do fall to Cal State Northridge by a final of 3-2. And finally, the SAC wrestling meet held out at Snyder tonight. Snyder won the SAC Super Duels last month, edging Dwenger. This is still going on. They're going late tonight at Snyder. We'll have more and the final results on Wayne.com. That'll do it for this week's Zone. See you next Friday.